Fumble Forward was, I designed Fumble Forward for classes in which I felt we were always going into very charged and emotional and sensitive topics. And many students I noticed were hesitant to even join the conversation because they didn't want to step on toes. They didn't want to unintentionally offend or hurt. They didn't have the terminology they needed. They were learning these things for the first time and were afraid to workshop them because of cancel culture, because of, you know, being afraid to weather public hostility, and some of them out of fragility and avoidance. And so I wanted to create a way for us to allow confusion, to be able to find an entry point to the conversation without feeling like perfection was demanded of us. And so we have a practice where we preface our comments by saying, I'm about to fumble with my words. And the entire class knows that's a social cue. It's a request for a social contract. And everyone answers as a chorus, fumble forward, which is permission to be awkward, to not be perfect, and to say, okay, well, here's my clumsy version of what I want to say. And then everyone leans in to help with a little bit of verbal surgery. And we help refine the concepts and offer terminologies to each other and share experiences and stories so that we build this very dimensionalized understanding of the issue without shame controlling the conversation. And it's been incredibly useful. And I've had students say, not only did it help me in the classroom, it helped me when I went home for holiday break at the dinner table with my parents, and they use it in relationships, to ask questions and in partnerships. And so the tool is spreading internationally, which is beautiful to see. And I have an article accepted for publication that's going to be coming out this summer that would detail that and other tools that I started creating in the classroom to get past the awkwardness of our own positions, our vantage points, where those things can either be superpowers or inhibitors, depending on how we situate them, right? And so I think Fumble Forward is just one tool of several that are intended to say, let's turn it into a superpower. Let's not feel apologetic about who we are, but let's also realize it may not be good for us to claim authority in those views, to be open and porous, to be influenced by others, to share and exchange. And that feels right to me. So Fumble Forward has been a tool that resonated. It's quick, it's easy, and it demonstrates intellectual humility, which I'm a big proponent of, instead of performing expertise, especially as a professor, I'm like, well, here's what I know so far on my walk. And now I'm going to fumble and ask a few questions, and I need to know what other vantage points have to contribute to this so that I stop making assumptions and stop operating from my own internal biases.